Where's the video in German? This is not it, but it's coming soon. More details after the intro. Hey everyone, I'm Donna and you're watching Wanted Adventure Living Abroad. At the end of 2017, the Wanted Adventure YouTube channel hit 200,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for watching my videos, subscribing to my channel, sharing my videos, and thereby helping me reach this amazing milestone. I am so excited, and in honor of that 200,000 subscriber milestone, today there will be 2 videos coming out. This is the first of them, so welcome. A video in English about some of the things that I've done or experienced that I think other people might find a little surprising to hear, or just things from my life that I thought, like, hey, that might be interesting to share. And then shortly today, another video will be coming out. This same list of things, but all in German. Video all in German. And some people commented on my last German video that I seemed a little different when speaking German from when speaking English. So I'm really curious to find out if these 2 videos, which should technically be pretty similar, also seem different from one another because of the language difference. But so now, without further ado, how about the time that I accidentally set my hair on fire because, yep, that happened. I was working in a restaurant back in Florida and I had long hair like I do now. I was bending over the table, cleaning it, when my ponytail, I had my hair up in a ponytail, it must have slipped into the tea light that was sitting in the middle of the table, because next thing I knew, there was this weird smell. My upper back started to feel really warm, and I realized that the bottom of my ponytail was on fire. Luckily though, I was able to put it out quite quickly and then just kind of continue on with my evening. But yeah, my hair was on fire. While on my hair, now how about the fact that a few years ago, I once again had long hair like I do now, but I was feeling like a change. So I chopped it super short and I wore my hair really short on the sides, a little longer on the top, sometimes wearing it as just like a little pixie hairstyle, but often forming the top part into crazy creations on my head as well. And that is actually the hairstyle that I had right before I started making the Wanted Adventure Living Abroad videos. And so that's why if you go back and you look at the earliest videos, I have really short hair. I was still growing it out from that pixie cut. By the way though, what happened to my long hair? It didn't go to waste, I donated it. There are several different foundations that I know of that collect hair to be made into wigs for people who lose their hair due to an illness. And I'll put a couple links down in the description box below on donating hair in case you're interested in finding out more. Next thing about me, I used to drive a motorcycle. When I was in college, I went and got my motorcycle license, and for about a year and a half there, I drove around town on a motorcycle. It was a bright yellow Kawasaki Ninja, and I wore a red and black motorcycle jacket. Taking a hop, skip, and a jump back in time now to my childhood, when I was little, I collected basically everything. I would even say that I collected collections. Here are the collections that I can, now at least 20 years later, still remember, but I'm sure there were more. Buttons, bottle caps, stress balls, marbles, those flat pennies that you make in machines at tourist places and they get embossed with a design from the place on them, stickers, pogs, rocks, Beanie Babies, bouncy balls. Like I said, basically I collected collections. Had a lot of collections. And while we are hanging out here in my childhood, I tried out several different sports when I was little, but there was only really one that I truly loved, and that was trampoline. Yes, that's right. When I was little, I took trampoline lessons. Not gymnastics, specifically trampoline. And also, while I was collecting and bouncing as a kid, I was tomboying it up. I was such a major tomboy when I was younger. I literally wore the clothes given to me, handed down from the boy next door, loved wearing baggy jean shorts, oversized t-shirts, baseball hats, on backwards if possible, please. And I tried to look tough and serious, and I even picked up the habit of spitting. Like, not in the grocery store, but when I was biking around or something like that, spitting in the grass outside. But still, Donna, that's gross. Don't spit. Patooey, patooey. Okay, fast forward into my teen years now. First of all, I have mentioned before that I do not consider myself cool whatsoever. So perhaps this won't come as a surprise to anyone, but I think it's funny and I would say pretty much explains a lot about who I am. When I was 14, I went to the library on the weekend and looked up the word flirting in the dictionary so that I could figure out how to do it and what it was. The dictionary. In my teen years, I also did something very stupid. Okay, you see these second earring holes here? So when I was 14, I pierced these holes myself. Very stupid. Why? Because I had a crush on someone at school, a really big crush, and I wanted to impress them, and I thought that was the way to do it. I don't know. Do I really need to say more than that? I'm just lucky that I didn't get an infection from it. To this day, these holes are really quite big because I did them myself. And so I can only wear certain earrings in there because the holes are so big. Very stupid. And lastly, I struggle so unbelievably much with any kind of choreographed dancing or basically anything that requires me to move my body in a set pattern or a set way. So I go to exercise classes, for example, and the people there, they just seem to be following with ease what the person in the front of the room is doing. Left foot forward, then half back, then tap, then over, then right foot to the front, then to the back, then you do something with the arms, then swivel the head. No, no, I am lost. I am still way back at the beginning trying to get my left foot to go forward, then half back, then tap. I'm awful at it. I could spend 5 minutes trying to get my body, or especially my feet, to master just the first move. Yeah. So my question for you is there anything that you'd like to share from your own life, stories you'd like to tell, or weird or interesting things that have happened to you? Have you also experienced or done any of the things that I mentioned here in this video? Please let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you enjoy these videos, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed yet. And if you enjoyed this video, maybe think about giving a like with the like button. Thank you so much. Both things really appreciated. And also, I want to give a really, really, really big thank you so much to our patrons on Patreon who help make these videos possible. Thank you so much for your support. If you would like to check out our Patreon page, you can find a link to that down in the description box below. Until next time, auf Wiedersehen. Those little flat pennies that you do something with. So I'm really curious to find out that if, no, I'm that one over there that's always like, wait, what am I doing? I'm supposed to be going left, I'm going right, back, front, what? I'm the one everyone's bumping into.